Welcome back to informational Metalstorm content from Iris Gaming. This video is going to put all the stat discussion from the two stat overview videos to good use by reviewing one of my favorite aircraft in the game, the Mirage F1. We'll look at the stats, traits, and ability in comparison to other aircraft, and discuss what they mean for how to fly it. I'll repeat a quick version of the disclaimers from the stats videos here. We'll be looking at metric system level 1 aircraft stats. I'll show a little gameplay in the background here, but the next video will focus more on that, showing gameplay with commentary. Let's start with the most important part, paint jobs. The F1 has two very nice paint jobs to choose from. I use Sandstorm since I really like the digital desert camo look, but Paladin is also great. Like most aircraft, it also looks pretty good in the Mastery skins. Moving back to the main screen, we can already see that the F1 has no traits, no afterburner drop tanks, the standard 3 flares, and a mix of IR and Hunter missiles. Let's look at the detailed stats now. I've included a few other light fighters here for a comparison. Everyone has experience with the F5. The F-16 is the other highly agile light fighter. The Mirage M3 is also very commonly flown and has some similarities to the F1. And the MiG-23 is here for the cannon comparison. In terms of hit points, the F1 has a class standard 100 hit points. There are a few light fighters, most of which are shown here, that have a little more, but in practice that only saves you from being one-shot by a J-20. The agility is almost class-leading, however. There are a few aircraft with 39 degrees per second turn rates, several of which are shown here, but 38 is still very, very good. Additionally, the energy retention is good, enabling the F1 to sustain a turn fight for a long time. The speed and acceleration are also class-leading and almost the best in the game. Some late-game medium and heavy fighters have speed to match or exceed this, but very, very few have the acceleration to go along with it. For other light fighters, really only the F-16 has the same combined package. Others, as you can see here, lack at least one element. The cannon is also another standout strength of the F1, and one it shares with the M3. For precision cannons, it's almost the highest DPS in the game, combined with a very generous overheat time. The later Mirage 2000 has higher DPS, but a much, much shorter overheat time. There are assault cannons that match it for DPS, but those all have a spin-up time and require pre-firing for the best damage. They also usually have shorter ranges, as seen on the F-16 here. The one downside of the cannon is that it has no armor piercing, making the F1 a little weaker against attack planes. The IR missiles trade a little range for a little extra damage, coming in at 2.5 kilometers and 80 damage, compared to the standard 2.8 kilometer 75 damage ones. These are also shared with the M3, and the difference is minor. The Hunter missiles, on the other hand, are another standout feature of the F1. These share the same high 95 damage as the M3's manuals, but achieve lock more quickly at 0.6 seconds, and can be retargeted in flight. They have slightly shorter range at 7 kilometers, but the F1 is not intended to be a long-range missile spammer. It carries only 2 Hunter missiles and can only have one in flight at once. The final element of the F1 is the special ability, Escape Artist. This can only be activated when an enemy is in a cone behind you. When activated, it provides a max speed and acceleration boost, enabling you to get out of trouble quickly. It also disrupts cannon aim of enemy aircraft while active. The extra boost consumes no afterburner fuel and will last until the enemy aircraft is no longer behind you, at which point the ability will go on cooldown. The downside is that while active you have no control over your speed, making it quite easy to crash straight into terrain if triggered incorrectly. Higher levels of the ability only decrease the cooldown after triggering, making this a great ability at level 1 already. One potential weakness of the F1, however, is the low ideal turn speed combined with the high max speed and acceleration. This makes it very easy to inadvertently enter a fight at a speed much higher than the ideal and lose turn performance as a result. At low levels you just have to be aware of this and watch your speed when you anticipate a dogfight. With the good acceleration you can afford to brake a little to drop speed if needed, since you can regain it fairly easily. At high levels you can mitigate this with the Daredevil turning mod and sticking close to terrain. Given all of this, how should one play the F1? With the agility, cannon, high damage quick locking missiles, and low hit points, the F1 shines as a dogfighter. The Hunter missiles can be used at longer ranges against distracted or light targets, but it won't win a missile shootout against anything heavy or which can put multiple missiles in the air at once. Similarly, the strong cannon and quick lock on the missiles means you can win some head-on fights, but ideally should avoid them. Instead, use the high speed and agility to position at will in the battlefield, and then attack. Once you're in position, very little besides another F1 or an F-16 can shake you off, and those die quickly to your cannons and missiles. If needed, you can use Escape Artist to duck out quickly after a fight, and then rearm, repair, and come back. With high speed and acceleration, the F1 is also well suited to air superiority in addition to team deathmatch. It can move from point to point easily, has the agility to stick on a point for a long time, and the firepower to defeat challengers. Key threats to be aware of are other F1s and F-16s, since you similarly can't shake them off if they get in position, and like all light fighters, interceptors or heavy long-range missile aircraft. Interceptors can notably one-shot you, and heavy fighters like the F-4 or ADV can put multiple missiles in the air at once and have the hit points to take a hit from you. You won't win that trade. Staying hidden and low are the keys here. The F-1 does not want to be caught out in the open. A quick note on mods at level 20. The general consensus is to use Daredevil turning and Disruptive flares. Daredevil turning enhances your already great agility when near terrain, which is where you want to be anyway. And as mentioned, it can help boost your turn rate even if you're going slightly too fast. Disruptive flares provide a little more long-range missile defense, and also short-range cannon defense, particularly to let you win head-ons. If you want to specialize for air superiority, you can consider swapping out one of those for thrust booster, but in my opinion that's best left for other aircraft. To sum it up, the F1 is a great light fighter and a great aircraft overall. It's one of my personal favorites, and was my first level 20 plane. Next time we'll dive into some more detailed F1 gameplay and commentary, so stick around for that. Thanks for watching. If you found this content helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe to help the channel get off the ground. And until next time, fly well.